What up? And today I want to do recap on my trading journey, and I just want to do a reflection and then to comment my trade. And man, I am trading terribly for several reasons. I would say last week I kept on, have the greed, right? I want to make more money. I can feel that greed. I want to chase more money, enter more trade in order to make more money, in order for me to really escape the reality in some way, right? Because like, if I can get more money, then you know, I can quit my job faster. I can be a financial free. I can do whatever I want. But I think this is a very wrong or incorrect mindset in some sort of way because it really skewed my trading, right? Um, I didn't trade the same way that I traded before, and I overtrade a little bit, not overtrade, but I overtrade a lot. I cannot think calmly and make a good decision because the emotion degree is guiding me, right? It's basically um hiding, how I should trade, I would say, in some sort of way, right? I hope that makes sense, right? But right now I'm going to do recap and trade recaption, trade reflection on my trade that I took on Monday, and I'm going to do the same way, label all my trade on the chart, right? For the past week, and this is only Monday, right? And I label a lot, and I feel like I learned a lot as well, right? So let's talk about the trade that I took. I said I took a one or two trade, a very good trade, and meaning that I can really took some good trade. But the important thing is I have to lower down my losses, right? That's the key point. I should not taking those like dumb trade over and over again, and it really eat my profit, right? If I can avoid taking those dumb trade, and I can take the profitable trade, and everything will be good, right? At that time when I look at the markets are somewhere around here, right? So we're in a bot bull channel. The market context is we're in a bot bull channel, and then at that time I overlooked this, right? We have a free push up, a wash top, and a double top here. Basically, it's a consecutive top, right? When price have consecutive top, meaning that there at least will be a pullback that will last 2 bar and technic pullback, right? So this is my fault, and then we can see that free bear bar close on the slow. Probably at that time, I'm not sure whether it always in short or not. It's not strong enough, but I probably thinking free bear bar close on the slow. Probably there will be at least a second leg down, right? So and then we have six bear micro channel. You can see that I would say is here, right? Here is a six, not six. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, six bear bar micro channel is here from here to here. It's a six bear bar micro channel, and then some bear may even sell at the first attempt break above the micro channel because like it's just very low probability that the first attempt of a breakout of such a tight channel will success, right? So, bear might sell at this height, right? Betting that price will at least have a second leg down, right? Which it did, eventually, but I will not trade in that way. But, um, we can see that four consecutive bull bar close on this high, meaning that probably we're in the trailing range, right? Because big up, big down, big confusion. You can see that this four breakout is pretty strong as well. And the signal that the bear is not that strong either. It probably be a bear leg in the trailing range, right? With several reasons. First, you can see that after a bear bar, bad follow through, long wick to the bottom, four consecutive bull bar close on this high, and also the contest is we're in a bot bear channel as well, bot bull channel as well. So it probably um it probably be a bear leg in the trailing range, and yeah, and that it would not be a good idea to sell at the low. I would say it's not a good idea to sell at the low, because there probably be a bear leg in the trailing range, right? So, and the key thing is we have to see whether can the limit order bull make money or not, right? If the limit order bull can make money, then the stop orderable can make money, then probably the market will transition from a bear leg in the training range become training range or even become a start of a bull trend, right? So or even there may be a reversal. That's my whole idea, right? And then we can see that training range transaction here, and then we have a breakout break below this prior low, and then live a long way to the bottom, signaling that the breakout is not that strong. And also this is like 20 bar late in the bear channel, and then the bear breakout below a trailing range below a channel is low probability event either, right? It's only have a 25% chance of success rate, right? And also with such a weak sell-off, I would say the probability even drop to lower, right? So you can see that. And then we have II, not II, we have an inside bar, right? It didn't even close below this low, signaling to me that the bear is not that strong, right? And then we have a bull bar, right? At this time, I'm not entering because I want to have a second entry to have a higher probability. And then I enter around here, right? I enter around here. Oh, I enter indeed. I enter when price break above this high, right? Enter around here as potentially wedge bottom, and then as micro double bottom as well. And then I would say it's not the highest probability trade, but I think the trade equation it makes sense because it have a high risk reward, right? I'm risking here, and then I'm probably gonna target the high of the range, right? So I would say it is a reasonable trade. And then I add a little bit position here because at that time I'm not using my full position. I add a little only 0.01 lot here, 0.03 lot, so it's not a big deal. And the price, I'll put my stop here and the price hit my stop, right? And then at that time I would say a little bit emotional and then I sell at the low, right? Which is what I should not do because it really invalidate the whole analysis that I did before, right? So I sell at the low. Obviously, I got stop out in a one candle, right? I say this is the worst trade that I should take, right? Because you can see a long wick to the bottom, long wick to the bottom. As I mentioned before, the bear breakout below a trade, below a channel is not that high probability and probably gonna fail. It's just not a high probability bet, right? Well, what up? I'm back, and then probably it would be a low probability bet, and then I should not sell below here, but I made a mistake and I admit it, and I should not make the same mistake over again, right? This is what I should do instead of avoiding taking mistake or making mistake. I should use the low amount of money that I'm able to afford to lose, and then to make as much mistake that I should make, as much as possible, and then I can utilize the experience to avoid the next big losses, right? I hope that makes sense, right? Probably I should not sell below here. Because whack to the bottom, probably we're gonna fail to break below the bear channel, and then you can see that it's late in the bear trend. Just very delicate situation, or I probably should not sell below here. And then I reversed my whole idea and I took a buy here as well because there's a big bull bar. It's nested wedge, 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 2, 3, big bull bar close on this high. Lower low double bottom as well, barely in the trailing range. So I took a buy here, put my stop here. Very reasonable trade, and then good follow through. Good follow through as well. At least it's a bull bar. So I'm looking for four consecutive bull bar close on this high. Probably I'm looking for a measure move up, and the measure move up, I'm looking for two time of the measure move target pro is around here is the red line, right? So it is a good trade that I took. And then one big bull bar, second big bull bar, and then this two big bull bar. I enter another trade here because it's a strong breakout. I can always in no market position, market condition, I can enter my trade for any reason, buy at the high, buy at the prior low, buy at bad close, buy at bull close, buy at market. I can do whatever I want, right? So I enter a trade here always in normal condition. I move my stop from here to here and then add another position here and then targeting here as well, right? So it's a very positive trading equation. You can see that high probability trade and the risk reward is not bad either, right? Probably will have a 60% chance to reaching this target and then put my stop here. Um, and then you can see that price, reach my target eventually. And then I make another rookie mistake, right? I took a buy here, but I neglect the fact that this is probably be an exhaustive end of the bar to be exhaustion gap instead of measuring gap, right? Because there's a biggest bull bar late in the bull trend, and then it's the biggest bull bar late in the bull trend, and then also probably the gap will be closed, right? So even though with a good follow through but bull bar, but I probably should exit somewhere around here as I have to be cautious that it probably will be an exhaustive end of the trend instead of a start of a new measure move up, right? Because at that time, it was like 3,490 to already 3,450, right? A lot of pip movement, right? So probably an exhaustive end of the trend instead of measuring gap. And then I took another trade here because I'm thinking, okay, probably retest the breakout point. A big bull bar close on its high. I enter here, put my stop here. Just over trading at the time because I took a losses here. I want to make it back. Just very delicate situation. So you can see that I really know myself a little bit better, right, when I recap my trade, and I know that I have a motion problem. I have a very impulsive personality. I wanna reverse my trade very quickly. Here is a bad trade. I see the first trade here makes sense. The second trade makes sense either. But I reverse my trade. This is a bad trade, and then I want to make more money. The greed, I want to chase high, and then I'm not. I want to make my losses bad, and I took a loss here. Very delicate situation. I can win a lot of money because I can. I understand. No, I know how the market want to move at that day, right? You can say I want to buy, but those losses really eat up my, you know, profit, and that day I'm down for $2, right? So I think this is like the first recap on Monday, and I'm probably gonna do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, and then I'm gonna put it to the same video, and then I'll be a recap video for myself and really improve from trading and become a full-time trader to make, I would say, hopefully I can make consistent money out of the market, and then I want to show you something right here. Wait. But what up, you can see that even though I trade like this, I'm able to still, book full payout from FTMO, 10K from the account. You can see if I can trade a little bit better, if I can avoid the losses a little bit better, if I can only take those high probability trade, I would say if I would make a lot I would make way more money, right? So yeah, I'm going to do reflection for the rest of the week, and then hopefully I will become a successful trader. Not hopefully, I will become a successful trader. So yeah, period. But what up? Let's talk about the trade that I took on Tuesday, right? On 6th of January 2026. And I'll say the purpose of this series is basically just for me to really look back on my losses and to really improve for myself, right? When I look back on hindsight, I feel like myself as an idiot. Why I will take, some trade like this, but I think it's good. Because I'm only trading for 3 years, I have my live account, I'd say, in October 2022, and today is 2026, basically 3 something years. I'm still, in the learning phase, and I just want to, improve myself and really put in the work, right? So, yeah, long story short, let's talk about the trade that I took. So here you can see that I took a very terrible trade here. Trading range, right? What is the strategy for trading range, right? So I'll say buy low, sell high, and scalp. This is the strategy for trading in the trading range, right? And the trading range has to be bought and have enough range for people to trade, right? So the whole idea is buy low, sell high, and scalp, right? The short here, I would say it already reached middle of the trading range, right? So I do not think it have the strongest probability for me to take a short, only 1-to-1 risk reward ratio and only 50% chance. I don't think it fit to the trading equation. So when I took a short there, I very quickly to realize that and then I exit out my trade, right? So it's a good decision that I made, right? And I took another losses here, right? So I took another losses here. Here I think it's completely makes sense, right? Train in a train range, and you can see that it's a wedge top as well. At the height of the train range is reasonable short. This is also a second entry short, right? First and second entry short, big bear bar close on is low, good signal bar, good contest, top of the train range, and then wedge top as well. I would say it's a reasonable trade, but it's the high probability trade, low probability trade, right? You can see it's a very reasonable trade to reach for 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. And the one big bull bar closed on its high and then just took out my losses. But this is definitely this is a reasonable trade, but it's not high probability trade as it have a great risk reward, right? On the other side of the market, the institution or your opponent or say they have to have something bad, right? When you have a good risk reward, they will have high probability, right? So this is like what I meant, right? This is low probability trade, but they have a high risk reward. But I would say this trade is reasonable. It's not that bad either, right? In trade range, we should trade when there's a big bull bar at the low of the trade range. We should buy when there's a big bull bar close on this high. When particularly if it's a second entry long, right? And then targeting 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. I think this is a profitable trading strategy. And the one big bull bar close on the side, and then I switch my bias, and I would say, okay, probably there's we close above the high of the past 150 bar with a big bull bar like this, and I'm thinking that probably we will have at least a second leg up, right? So I entered there immediately, and the targeting measure move up, and then the photo bar is weak doji bar is not the best. Because when there's strong bull trend, probably there will be a consecutive bull bar close on its high and then continue pushing higher. And the next bar is weak doji bar, so probably this is not the strongest bull trend that will happen, but it's still acceptable. This is as there's absence of a bear bar, right? So it's acceptable, and I'm still targeting the measure move up, right? So it's a high probability trade with at least a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, and then 60% chance that that will reach my measure move target, right? So it's a reasonable trade. But the next bar is train range bar, long way to the top. So probably we are in a bull leg in the training range instead of a start of a bull trend, right? So, and then I probably should not enter another position. I probably should not enter another position at the top there. I just don't know what am I doing at the time. It's just ridiculous. Probably it's very clear that we're in a bull leg in the training range, and then I enter another long there, hoping that market will continue pushing up. Or say it's all about greed because do not want to miss the trade. That I get FOMO, enter long there. But it clearly is a bull leg in training range with long leg to the top, and then with doji with train range bar, train range price session. So I should probably get out there. But just greed and emotion, all this stuff just really, I'll say, camouflage my trading. So I'll say I took a bad trade, but it's okay. I reviewed the trade and I know my mistake. I think that's the improvement that I that I'm improve myself, right? Overall, just hopefully I will be a good trader. And I will talk about the Bitcoin trade that I took. It's also a losing trade, and I'm going to do the same as well. What up? This is the trade that I took on Bitcoin. Also lose 40 bucks. I would say when I took the trade, my whole idea is okay, four consecutive bull bar close on this high. I'm feeling that this is a breakout bar and that there's a great follow through, but long way to the top. Probably there's some problem with this bull trend, but it's still always a known, so it's okay to buy for any reason. And I took a buy there. And I have to be cautious that probably it may not be as strong as I anticipated because a long way to the top, trailing range bar, and then we are in bought bear channel, trading range price session. So probably it can be a second leg trap, right? In the bigger trading range when we look at the market like this, right? It can be a second leg trap, right? One, two, it can be a second leg trap. Second leg trap mean that when the breakout seems so strong, but it when price is in a bear bought bear channel or even trend range. So the bear breakout, the bull breakout will trap trade it into buy at high, but it will reverse accordingly. So it probably what happened here if we look at the market at a trend range from a trend range perspective, right? Which is indeed is a trend range, right? And the breakout here, long wick to the top, long wick to the top, and then enter high here. I'll say it probably will be a Sonic trap, and I'll say it's reasonable to take the long trade, but I should get out here, right? As I saw, okay, buy at the bull, got disappointed by this next bear bar, and then bear bar close, bull close, and then this trap the bull buyer because it break above this high, but then it closed bear, it trapped the bull's buyer, and then the by the closed bull are able to exit at break even, and that is probably those bull are giving up, so probably I can exit my trade here instead of like all the way down here. This was what I can do to really make my trade better, right? But I have to be cautious that it probably will be a second trap, right? Sign trap, long way to the top, long way to the top. Be cautious about it, right? So this is the trade recap on Bitcoin. Is a reasonable trade. At the time, I'm not sure, but when I look back, I would say it's okay attempt. It's probably it will be a potential bull breaker of a bear trend, but the context is not that good when we look at the left, right? Probably it's a trend range. So I'll say it's reasonable as there's a four bull bar close on its high. Probably will have a measure move up, but have to be the have to be cautious the probability or the possibility that it may become a Sonic trap and then trapping bull buying at the top and then yep, and then I can manage my risk a little better. I can get out there as well. So manage my risk, right? So this is what I want to talk about. And what I want to say is right now I would take fewer trade and I only want to trade gold or US indices, right? Because I do not want to do too many recap on different asset class and I just want to focus one to two asset class and then till probably no maximum than three trade a day and then cap my risk, not risking more than in uh, my own money, I would say I don't want to risk more than $500 a day. So probably I'm going to risk less than 200 Hong Kong dollar per trade, right? So this is my plan. So I'm gonna call it a reflection. What up, what up? Let's talk about the trade that I took on 8th of January 2026. And this is first day, right? Because I didn't trade on Wednesday, so I just go to first day for my trade recap. And I have one feeling when I basically doing reflection on my trade and doing a trade replay. I feel like I'm just an idiot, right? How can I lose money when honestly the price session is not that difficult. No, it's just only breakout with a great follow through and I just managed to move up, right? How can I lose in such market condition when it offers such a nice opportunity for me to profit from it, right? But long story short, I'm still going to learn and do um as much as possible, and hopefully I can learn and utilize all these losses, all this struggling, and then to really become an inspiring trader, right? I know the reward for being a profitable trader is huge, where you can have the financial freedom, the location freedom. You can do whatever you want basically, and then you can live a great life. So I'm willing to, you know, be even 5 years, 10 years. I'm going to make this thing work, right? And yeah, let's talk about the trade that I took, Um, the same trade I did that I took on Tuesday, right? Second entry short near the top of the trend range. So it's a reasonable short, but it's a low probability trade. At least target 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Okay. And then I can exit my trade at break even because we can see that long wick to a bottom, long wick to a bottom, long wick to a bottom, long wick to a bottom. I probably exit at break even, as price most likely will retest the top of the trend range. Or if I want to stick to my initial idea, I can. And I think I should put my stop above here instead of like waiting for price to break above the top of the trend range and then look for follow through, right? Because at that time I will bear a lot of risk, but I have a high probability that I will not lose. But when I lose, I'll lose a lot of money. So the strategy that I took, that I use for trading range right now, I do not want to, wait for the breakout or with a follow through confirm that the breakout is successful. I don't care about it. I just want to have a lower risk as possible, right? So probably I will something like this, right? Instead of like waiting for bar to see whether they can break above there. If they can break above there, I will exit my trade. That will lose a lot of money. And I don't think the trade equation for me is makes sense. And at the time, at this stage, I cannot manage that huge losses that will wipe up all my losses or my win in just one single loss, right? So I probably will not do that. And then, yeah, I can probably get out at break even. If not, then it's okay to lose this trade because I'm looking for this is a low probability trade. I'm looking for high risk reward, 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. And then in the long run, if it have a 40% chance of winning, then I will have a profitable trade, right? And then this big bull bar is what I'm talking about, right? Very easy. Big bull bar, close on its high of the past 120 bar. And this is exactly the same on Tuesday, right? With even better follow through bar, right? Very easy, very similar trade. You can see that market always repeat itself, right? You can see that very easy, not big deal. Enter there, enter at the close, target 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. You can see that very easy, clean and bread and butter trade, right? So very easy trade. If I didn't lose this trade, probably I would capitalize on this trade. And yeah, you can see the losses make me lose a little bit confident, and then I hold my trade because I want to confirm that the breakout would not be successful. It's not a good practice for me, and it's not a good trade. But when I look back, it's very easy, very clean, very easy for me to make money, and then buy here, put my stop here, at least 1 to 1 risk reward ratio, 60% chance, profitable trade, good expectancy. This is what I should trade. So, yeah, very good trade. And this is my set for my CFD profit. I withdraw almost 600 bucks from FTMO, even though I trade like shit. Um, you know, if I can trade, improve myself even 1% better, 2% better every single week, every single month, then I will become unstoppable, right? So, this is the trade that I took on Bitcoin, not on gold on Thursday, right? So, yeah, ciao. I would say the Friday I took the most dumb trade that I took. Um, the dumbest trade that I took. But it was I'm gonna call it day. Not call it day. I'm going to call it reflection session. Lastly, I want to do really quick reflection on my trade on Friday because it's too dumb, right? There's nothing to recap because it's just dumb trade that I took. You know, I know why I took those trade, but I still gonna face my mistake, right? So that's what it is. Kind of a shame or something like that, right? At that point, I can see that market open, I'll say right over here. No, no, market open right over here. 9:30, right? So, yep. So big up, big down, big confusion, probably trading range, and then you can see that um at that time just trading range for a session. So okay, four consecutive mobile close on this high. I think it's reasonable to took a long here. and then put my stop all the way down there. And then tightening unless there will be at least a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio or measure move up for me, right? So it's reasonable. Um, but I have to use a lower loss sign, right? Because like when price drop below there, I can, enter with another position and then I can get out my first trade at break even, my second trade in profit, something like that, right? And okay, kind of like minimum requirement for follow through of a bull bar, but the next bar closed bear. The bull bar here will be disappointed, right? And then they will want to get out at break even, most likely, right? And then price just closed bear. And then we have a very clean 50% pullback, I would say, somewhere around 50% pullback. Yep, very clean. I would say I can probably enter another trade here and then get out this trade at profit, the first trade at break even. But my first trade have to using this very, very minimum lot, right? And then I will have more flexibility or will have more room for me to manage my trade, right? You can see that if I use a very low lot here, at another position, maybe if my loss height is 1, then if I use 0.2 here, 0.2 here, get out, winning this trade, getting break even this trade would be amazing, right? And then you can see that price failed to really close above this high. Probably it's not the stronger bull trend. And then three consecutive bear bar close on its own. Probably thinking, okay, probably watch top. We're at the top of the historical high. Can price continue pushing down? Probably it can, but as no probability trade is a reversal. We have a four bull bar close on the side. Probably will this first reversal down will be minor, but I took the short. And then initially I put my stop there. But when you have a low probability trade, you lose a lot, right? So I should accept my loss, but I, have a mental stop. I want to move, because I believe that price will not continue pushing up, and at another position, want to sell there. It's not how I trade normally. At that time, I'm so okay. I'm using a little bit, small lot. I'm just playing around. I just don't trade it seriously, right? So I trade is not for money. I trade for boredom, right? I want to take a trade because I want to trade. It's like, man, what I'm doing. I want to ask myself, what the fuck am I doing, right? Just very terrible trading. And, it's not good practice, right? I'm not trading based on what I know, but based on like, oh, I'm bored. I want to take a trade. Oh, probably will work. Sell at its high, limit all the sell. It's not how I trade normally, but I took it anyway. The lack of discipline really reflect on my trading, right? So this is something that I want to reflect, and I think it's brutal, it's raw, it's really exposed myself, even though I do not have follower at this moment, but I still, it's brutal for me to really review that I'm, a retard basically. But man, I gonna pass it and I didn't blow my account, right? I used very low lot, but I'm not making excuses to really defend myself, but it's just terrible. It's just dumb trade. Should not happening again, right? Nothing to review. It's just dumb trade. It's not making any sense, right? This is not how I trade normally. Just stupid. That's it. Yeah, that's my reflection. Oh, okay, and took a Bitcoin trade as well, which is like, man, oh man, I don't know why I took those trade. I can probably like go here. Oh, nice, amazing. But you know, if this is like the past me, I probably okay be a dickhead. Okay, it's dopamine hit. I'm gonna get long. But man, what the fuck? I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh, not straight. I'm not dickhead. I'm not like those junkie need a dopamine hit, right? So, okay, I took a long here. Just you can see when you look back, it's just very dumb trade. Why should I took a buy did here? Okay, probably breakout, but we're in the trend range. We're in a bought bear channel. Probably will be a second trap, and indeed, it's the second trap I buy at the top. Boom. And I exit somewhere around here because I think it's just too dumb to hold the trade, right? Just too dumb, Basically buy at here, sign a trap, just emotional trading. I'm gonna call it a reflection, and then probably I'm going to do no, yeah. I finished all the reflection for the past week, and next week I'm going to trade good. prepare well and do not make the same mistake over and over again. I'm going to rewatch my reflection over and over again because this is the lesson that I use my real money, right? This is the lesson that I learned from my uh mistake in the live market. So I'm gonna utilize this lesson for me to really improve myself. Yeah, I would say I really want to become an aspiring trader, to enjoy the freedom and to really make money, utilize my own skill and stuff like relying on other people, recognition, whether they like me or not. Do I need to be like docile, do I need to comply the command, especially to your boss? Man, it's just difficult world, right? Especially I'm quite young, I'm only 22 years old. And yeah, it's still a long way for me to go. Even 8 year, right, when I become 30 or so, it's still young. And, if I can make money consistently, it will be a good life, have a good family, providing to my family, and then traveling around the world, make money from my phone. Man, it's a absolutely great lifestyle, but I know I have to put in the work. It's not easy. I have to conquer myself as well, not only in front of the child, but also the life that I live outside of the child, right? To be disciplined, to studying, to learning, journal, to really control my emotion, meditate, go to the gym, all this stuff to really just you have to be your life have to be in order for you to become a good trader. This is what I know, and you have to be disciplined. And yeah, it's not only about technical analysis, it's also about life as a constant battle within yourself, degree. So I think that's trading for me. I think it's very fun and challenging things that I love to do. I really don't understand why people do not want to trade or don't like trading. I think it's good. It's a good way to make money. It's a challenge myself to become a better person. So I enjoy the journey. Every single time when I took a losing trade, I doubt myself. It's a very good way for me to learn and improve. I think maybe this is something that is worthwhile or is worthy to do, and I will be very satisfied if I can really make money from the market consistently, not only about the money, but it's also about conquering my emotion, right? It's very difficult, right? If you go wrong a little bit, it can become gambling addiction, right? Which is devastating, right? So yep, long story short, I'm gonna call it a day, call it a reflection day for me, and I will become better and better every single day, and this is my goal. Call it a day. Ciao.